Almighty and ever faithful God, today we lift up our minds and hearts to you because you, Lord, have lifted us up from the horrible tragedy enacted in this place, from the cruel suffering that was born on this hill, from the shock and horror that gripped our nation, and from the years when we as citizens of this city suffered and were implicated by the gunshot by gunmen that killed the president in whom many of us had set
Watch yourself.
and dreams for a better America. It was your abiding inspiration and active presence that moved us ever forward despite the temptation only to lament and to be paralyzed by our grief. You turned our sorrow into a firm commitment. You turned our grief into a resolve to refashion our city to a place where life flourishes and true love abounds. You turned our devastation to a commitment to rebuild here the city of God, a city where all are welcome, nurtured, and cared for. We rejoice with gratitude in all that you have caused to happen here in a place which was disgraced, scorned, and ruthlessly judged by ourselves and others. May you, Heavenly Father, continue to sustain us as we celebrate that the Phoenix has risen from the ashes of violence, that hatred can be turned to harmony, that ignorance can see to understanding, that prejudice can lead to openness. Make us instruments of your peace and bearers of divine justice that always tempers instinct with mercy, that changes what appears to be defeat to the reality fed by providence that all will be well. Lord, may you walk always with us. May you inspire us as you once inspired President John Fitzgerald Kennedy to dream of a world that never was and to say, why not? May God bless the United States of America.
And now, please welcome the Mayor of Dallas, the Honorable Mike Rawlings.
A new era dawned and another waned a half a century ago when hope and hatred collided right here in Dallas. We watched the nightmarish reality that in our front yard, our president had been taken from us. Taken from his family, taken from the world. John Fitzgerald Kennedy's presidency, his life, and yes, his death, seemed to mythologically usher in the next 50 years. What ensued was 5 decades, filled with other tragedies, turmoil, and great triumphs. We were all very young. Our lives, our hopes and dreams in front of us. Dallas was very young as well, barely a century old. And given the nature of youth, we all felt invincible. Well, it seems that we all grew up that day, city and citizens, and suddenly we had to step up to trying to live up to the challenges of the words and visions of a beloved president. Our collective hearts were broken. Like so many of us who were too young to fully comprehend, I remember being called into the school gymnasium, hearing the terrible news, and told to go home. Stunned civic leaders at the trademark luncheon awaited a president who would never arrive. Crowds prayed outside Parkland Hospital. Traffic stopped in cities across the country as news spread from car to car. And the world grieved with us. Newspapers reported that flags were lowered to half-staff around the globe. Germans on both sides of the Berlin Wall placed lit candles in their windows. An 8-year-old Nigerian girl recited the entire inaugural address from memory as her father wept, just like the skies today. While the past is never in the past, this was a lifetime ago. Now, today, we the people of Dallas honor the life, legacy, and leadership of the man who called us to think not of our own interests, but of our country's. We give thanks for his life and his service. We offer condolences to his family, especially his daughter Caroline, on this difficult day. We pay tribute to an idealist without illusions who helped build a more just and equal world. We salute a commander-in-chief who stared down a nuclear threat to this country. We praise a writer who profiled true courage and modeled it himself. We applaud a visionary who created a corps of young Americans to promote peace around the globe. We stand in awe of a dreamer who challenged us to literally reach for the moon, though he himself would not live to see us achieve that goal. Other goals were even tougher, have taken longer to reach, and we, the United States, still struggle towards some even as we speak, as do we here in Dallas. But we're fortified by the knowledge that we have always had big goals and big aspirations in this city, set by our founding fathers like John Dealey Bryan and George Dealey, the namesake of this plaza. These 5 decades have seen us turn civic heartbreak into hard work. They've seen us go from youthful invincibility to existential vulnerability to greater maturity as a city and a community. On the 1-year anniversary of the assassination of the late Rabbi Levi Olin of Temple Emmanuel, one of our city's greatest spiritual leaders, gave voice to Dallas's communal pain unleashed on that day. Rabbi Olin said then, quote, "Contrary to the impassioned judgment of that horrible moment, the city is not guilty of the crime, but in those awesome days following the assassination, the most powerful searchlight man possesses was focused on this city. Every flaw, every raw spot, every wrinkle, and every uncleanness was put under a microscope and shown to the world." As the powerful light shone upon it, the city, it was learned, had been inhospitable to honorable debate, end quote. Rabbi Olin captured the heartbreak and hurt the city felt. He stated plainly the defects and failings that were laid bare before the entire world. But most important, he called for Dallas to use this tragedy to seek a true transformation. Look around today. I believe we have heeded that call. The people of this city have been filled with a sense of industry born of tragedy, driven to improve the substance of Dallas, not just the image of it. Today, because of the hard work of many people, Dallas is a different city. I believe the new frontier did not end that day on our Texas frontier. data providing the opportunity for all citizens to exercise those inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The city of Dallas will continue on that course. The man we remember today gave us a gift that will not be squandered. He and our city will forever be linked. In tragedy, yes, but out of that tragedy, an opportunity was granted to us. The chance to learn how to face the future when it's the darkest and the most uncertain. How to hold high the torch even when the flame flickers and threatens to go out. As the people of Dallas did then, each of us will meet our oncoming challenges head on, with courage, honoring, but not living in the past. We will meet the future with the same vigor, optimism, and unfailing sense of duty that our young president embodied. President Kennedy brought us that message. In his pocket, down that street, on November 22nd, 1963. That message was to be delivered a few miles away in a speech to Dallas leaders following his parade. It was a speech he never got to make. But those unspoken words resonate far beyond the life of the man. To commemorate that day,